All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of Tough Tiger Talk, man. We up in this thing. Big Q representing the Tough Tiger Talk Nation, man. LSU stand tall. We up in this thing. Handling business, man. And in this episode of Tough Tiger Talk, man, y'all, we're going to talk about a few things in this episode, man. A lot of Tigers, man. That's right. Pro Tigers. That's right. Tigers that got picked up in the NFL draft. We'll cover it in this episode. And also some news about a 5-star recruit. Listen, I'm Big Q. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on social media feed. We up in this thing. Now, LSU football had some players, man, that went. We'll start with the undrafted guys first, who signed with teams. And of course, the draft just went past us. We had several LSU Tigers that got selected inside of the 7 rounds, and several of them that were picked up at the undrafted side of things. So let's get right on into it. A lot of Tigers, man. Over the last 3 years, we just been a pro football factory, and should continue to be that. Star left tackle Will Campbell started it on the first day. He ended up going to the Patriots, and LSU had now 53 players taken all time in the first round of the NFL draft. That's very good. The undrafted guys who ended up going, Major Burns, the safety, ended up going to the Bears. Zaire Alexander ended up with the Seahawks. Was really surprised that he didn't get drafted. I thought he would probably end up maybe a day 3 pick. Nobody picked him. He went to the Seahawks. He'll get an opportunity there. Gio Paez, the big defensive lineman, he also went with Major Burns to the Bears. Josh Williams, the phenomenal running back, ends up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, undrafted. I was hoping LSU would reach to him. We ended up getting Devin Neal. Paris Shan, the big defensive lineman, ended up with the Buffalo Bills. So very interesting as the Buccaneers land Josh Williams. And of course, for the draft and all that happened in the first round, pick 4 overall, Will Campbell is a New England Patriot. In the second round, pick 42, Mason Taylor, our tight end, ended up going to the Jets to play with Justin Fields at the quarterback position. Round 3, pick 91, Emory Jones Jr., the offensive lineman, drafted by the Ravens in the round. And then 10 picks later in the same round, Savion Jones, the big defensive lineman, he ended up going with Sean Payton and the Broncos. And then, of course, the 5th round came around, pick 146, Braden Swinson, the defensive lineman, also joins Will Campbell with the Patriots. So Patriots reaching at a couple of Tigers, man, and Will Campbell and Braden Swinson improved their lines. And of course, at pick 171 in 5th round, Miles Frazier, the offensive lineman, he also went with Sean Payton's Broncos. So had a couple of teams here that knew they picked Tigers. You know, the Patriots got a couple of Tigers, the Broncos, and Coach Payton ended up getting 2 guys, Savion Jones and Miles Frazier. The Ravens got Emory Jones Jr. On the offensive line, and then turn around and get his teammate Garrett Dillinger to kind of help beef up and protect Lamar Jackson at the next level. So that's very popular. As LSU just handled the business, man. They got some phenomenal talent there for our Pro Tigers. So congratulations to all of our Tigers that was now in the NFL and have an opportunity to play football on Sunday. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Shout out to LSU Tiger on Sports Illustrated. 5 LSU football targets reveals commitment date, pair of schools in the mix. Coach Kelly and company continue pursuing the Louisiana native, turning up the heat. Zach Nagy on the scoop. Shout out to Zach. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 5-star prospect Lamar Brown remains one of the top priorities in the 2026 recruiting cycle for Coach Kelly and the Fighting Tigers. Brown is the #1 athlete in America and has proven to be a 2-way star during his prep career, flourishing on both sides of the ball and in the trenches. After catapulting his status in the #1 interior offensive line in America, Brown has elected to make the move to the defensive side of the ball for college. He's 6'3", 285 pounds, will now continue to navigate his recruiting process with the Tigers, Texas A&M battling it out for this talented Louisiana native. And I'm feeling pretty good about this one, fam. I'm feeling pretty good that he'll come home to LSU. The USC Trojan also remained in the mix for his services after landing the visit from Brown during the spring. Now, in March, Brown revealed that he'd be taking 4 official visits this summer, with LSU securing one of their own. So the schedule is Miami, It's Miami, May the 30th, June the 1st, Florida State, June the 6th to the 8th, Texas A&M is 13 through the 15th, and LSU's is June 20 through 22. So y'all keep y'all fingers crossed on that. It's really for those four schools, Brown said on three when he talked to Chad Simmons at all time. It really came down to deciding to play defensive line in college. A lot of schools wanted me to play, offensive line, but they were four schools there. The ones recruiting me the hardest as a defensive lineman. Brown also announced that he would be announcing a commitment decision on July the 4th once his official trips were in the rearview mirror. Now, according to Rivals, Brown is the latest decision timeline. By 1 week, he will now commit to the program of his choice on July the 10th. So there you go with that call on it. So we'll see. So in the spring, Brown told On 3 Sports that LSU Tigers were at the top of his list with multiple programs battling for his services. Quote, LSU's a little above A&M at number one. Florida State and Miami are tied for those two at the top. That's what he said. Now, as the current stands, all signs point towards LSU battling it out against Texas A&M. Brown remains high on the program in College Station after taking multiple visits to the Lone Star State. And he's recorded saying, I've talked to them every day, and he says, I've talked to the coach yesterday and I talked to the coach Ilko today. Those two coaches and Spencer are great guys. I love those guys. They're great people, great coaches. I trust them and I love what they do. Coach Spencer's a great resume. A&M has produced defensive linemen and it's a great place. Brian Kelly and the Tigers will have work cut out for them this down the stretch for one of the most sought after prospects in America, but remain in a solid spot heading into the summer months. So there you go right there for some of the recruiting moves to ultimately try to get the service of top lineman Lamar Brown coming up soon. So we'll keep an eye out on that. So anyway, that'll do it for the episode of Tuff Tiger Talk. Y'all feel free, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share Tuff Tiger Talk on your social media feed, man. And y'all fill up the comment section. Let us know how you feel about our LSU Tigers that's in the draft, which ones you think will obviously be one of your favorite picks to be a top pro for a long period of time. Put that in the comment section. And what are your thoughts on Lamar Brown? Where do you think he'll go? Do you think he'll choose LSU over A&M? Put it in the comment section. Let me know, and I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Much love. Go Tigers. Peace.